All right, just getting started here, winding up a little ball of yarn because I am working on a tapestry. Still working on the same tapestry I've been working on the last few lives, and I probably will just keep working on this until we do the live on May 1st, until we start the live series on May 1st, where we are going to be doing the crochet along. So, hey crochet girl. So anyways, in the meantime, I'm just working on a custom tapestry I'm doing. Let me pull this up here. This is the pattern I'm working on right now. So I designed this blanket for somebody named David, obviously. I'm currently working on it, and right now I'm down in this little shoe area. So I just got started. We're working bottom up. Just got started on this shoe area. So I've just got like a million little black and orange color changes. Hey, writing is fun! Unexpected change of plans. Yes, a pleasant surprise for me too. I'm glad to see you here. For those of you on TikTok, I also go live on YouTube. Amanda! Oh, Amanda, thank you for the likes. Thank you. So I go live on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. So I try to say what I'm responding to. But if you get confused, that's why. I'm just in two places. All right, why do I feel like I just made that black and I needed an orange instead? Please tell me I'm not being a moron. But I might be. Absolutely. Oh, I'm gonna need another black anyways. Okay, so I needed another orange and another black. I am working, hey Julie, I'm working on this pattern. I'm trying to make it reversible. Right now you're looking at the wrong side of the pattern. This is what they call the wrong side or the back side. I don't like that they call it the wrong side. That's kind of weird. But called the wrong side, that's where all my strings are. As I get more work done further up, I will come back in and actually weave in these ends as I go, because I want a completely reversible project. When I'm done, this blanket should look like this, and then in the back should look like its mirror image with very little difference between the front and the back. The biggest difference really is going to be just I've got little tiny carries here of like a 1/2 inch, maybe not even a 1/2 inch, because I'm just carrying yarn up a row from the row below. So if you are familiar with, hey Sandy and Cheryl, good to see you guys. If you're familiar with tapestry crochet, then you'll see, then you'll know what I'm talking about here. So if you're not familiar with tapestry crochet, there's a couple different things you can do. One of them is you can carry your yarn across, or you can even crochet over it if you've got, you know, very limited colors, maybe two colors, maybe 3. You could crochet across your yarn to carry it. Some people just carry it across the back of their work. That for me is a really good idea if you're doing something like a wall hanging tapestry. But for me, I am doing a blanket, so I want it reversible. I did make a blanket one time that I didn't weave in all the ends, and I ended up buying a black fleece blanket and cutting it down and sewing it onto the tapestry that I had done. But the sewing of the thing onto the tapestry, I hated it worse. Hey, Mr. Double, good to see you. Yay, yes, and my YouTube is working. I think we figured out what happened yesterday. A setting, because we switched over to YouTube Studio. We were trying to use this software to stream both places at once, TikTok and YouTube. And of course, TikTok's like, you should go live and you can do all this stuff. And then the second I do, they're like, but actually, you gotta use our software until you have a lot of followers. So once I have more followers, we'll be able to simultaneously stream, and probably then we will end up doing like a dual view. That way you can see my smiling face. You can tell when I'm being sarcastic about things. Okay, so I need to join this desert glaze. And you know what I need to do? I actually need to highlight. I'm working on my pattern. I just keep a little highlighter or pen next to me, and I mark off the stitches that I've completed. And I just need to keep track of where I'm at because I got a lot of color changes. Writing is fun said I had a pre-ACT test today, and you made dog treats. So go grab your crochet. I know you said crocheting sounds so good right now. go grab your crochet and just do something simple. Crocheting is so soothing. And then tell me about these dog treats you make. Are they for your dog? Or are they for somebody else's dog? Do you make them for sale? I have a dog, and I took her for a 40-minute walk today, and then my daughter took her for another walk. I think she's an 8-year-old dog, and she's the cutest girl in the world, but she's part Basset. We had her DNA done, and it came back like 67% Basset or something like that. I don't even know how that number works, but she's part Basset, mostly Basset, and just lazy like a Basset. Hi everybody on TikTok. Thank you guys for joining. Just working on a tapestry right now. Since I've got you in here, I will actually talk about the tapestry project we're going to be doing starting May 1st. Erin is crocheting wool socks. I know you're joking because only a lunatic would crochet wool socks. You would be knitting wool socks, but thank you. Hey Karen, good evening. Good to see you. So this is the pattern that I designed that I have for free. Oh, okay, good. Erin says, haha, I'm glad you know. Oh, okay, so Karen's not done tapestry either. So let me just go over this briefly. I've talked about it a lot and I will talk about it more. I designed this pattern. The pattern I'm working on here is a different pattern. It's a custom blanket I'm working on. But I designed this pattern. This is a much smaller pattern, perfect for beginners. It's only 80 stitches wide and 110 rows tall. It's got 5 colors, so it's decently complicated without being crazy. This is much less complicated than the first tapestry I did. So if you can do half double crochet or single crochet, and if you can change colors, that's it. That's the only requirement for tapestry. So May 1st, that's a Friday, I will be going live. I go live 6:30 weeknights. So anytime I'm not having technical issues, that is, I go live 6:30 on weeknights at Mountain Time. So starting May 1st, we'll be working on this pattern. If you would like the written pattern, oh, thank you. Karen says it's cute. So the written pattern is in my YouTube bio. You can download. There's a link in there. You can download the link, and then in YouTube, it's in my posts. In TikTok, it's in my bio. Writing is fun says, exercising right now, sit-ups to start. These dog treats for the pound for community service. I have dog toys to make, cutting up shirts and braiding them. I love that. You know, another dog toy, because I've made some dog toys to donate before in the past. A friend of mine had showed me this pattern too. You take strips of jeans and you knot them up. So anyways, back to the tapestry. This thing will be starting. I will be going over the pattern while we work on it. So I'll be saying the colors out loud as we go. So if you are not the type of person who loves written patterns, then I will also be going over everything. And then YouTube saves all of my lives. So if you miss anything, especially if you're on TikTok or you need to catch up, or I've made a mistake or confused you in any way, then head on over to YouTube after a few hours and it posts the video. All right, so I'm showing you guys my yarn corral system here too, real quick. So I use these little baskets. I just got these from the Dollar Tree. And what I do is, as I'm working on these yarns, because I have, for every time you see color in a row. So let's see, we have black, orange, black, orange, black, orange, black, orange. So here I've got all those. I have a ball of yarn connected to each one of these colors. So I've got a black here, I've got an orange here. You do not have to do it this way. Thank you for the rose, Erin. This is the way that I do it. This is what makes sense for me because I want a reversible project, so I'm going to weave in my ends. Some people will just use one black and one orange and they just carry it across and pick it up where they need it. So keep that in mind when you're planning for your project. Yeah, keep that in mind. I'm doing it probably the more difficult way. So if this isn't your cup of tea, you are not forced to do this many yarn color changes. But because I choose to do this, sometimes I'll have, 30 balls of yarn. And what I've found best to do is I just work with little balls of yarn. I don't work with full skeins. I wind a little bit that I need, and then I work off of that until it runs out, and then I just add more. As I work on balls of yarn, I keep them. So I work right to left because I'm right-handed. So my work is constantly moving left, and so my balls of yarn are, and my baskets are as well. So each ball that I'm working on gets its own basket to start. I don't crowd the balls in here, so these two I consider full. So they're just off to the side. This is the new basket I just started. And this is the basket holding the yarn I'm currently working with. And this is the basket of balls of yarn waiting to finish out the rest of my row, which is just a few inches here. So hopefully that made sense, what I'm doing here and why I'm doing it. So this keeps my yarn from getting tangled for the most part. It's not a perfect system, but it is better than the system that I had the first time I did this, which was lay all the yarn out in front of me and cry every time I had to turn my work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I had 6 black. So I'm getting ready to change the color on my work. Karen, if you're still in here, just, you know, I'm sure you know how to change colors, but for tapestry, it's really important when you're changing colors that you don't. Like here, I'm getting ready to switch to white. I'm not going to finish out, I started because I'm working a half double crochet here. I'm not going to finish this stitch in black. This is my final black stitch before I switch to white. I'm going to keep all the hooks on my yarn, move my black to the side, pick up my white, and finish out the stitch in the white, because now this white loop on my hook becomes the top of my next stitch. And so that's how we keep things fairly straight. Gonna do 8 white. Oops. Let's see if I can get in close enough to see this. Do you see how this white is carrying over across my black? I think you can see that. There's my black stitches right here. I'm getting ready to put a white stitch on top of a black stitch from the row below. I don't like that little piece of yarn coming across there. Most people, it's not gonna bother them. For me, it's gonna bother me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to grab up that stitch, and I'm going to crochet so that I'm now crocheting over the stitch. Do you see how that line, that white yarn there disappeared? Oops. You move my black, I'm done with my black, move him over, grab my working yarn, put it in my working basket. I try not to pull yarn from a ball that is in a basket with other balls of yarn. I have learned the hard way that it likes to be friends with all the other yarn, and it will grab it and start unwinding it for you. Oh, we've got a couple people in here. Hey guys, I'm sorry. I just looked over and it looks like we got a couple extra people talking. Gigi, you're here too. Are you driving and, hey, thanks for the heart me, Gigi. Are you driving and crocheting? That would be dangerous. Oh, hey, Nick. Nick is in here. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody coming in. All right, Writing is Fun says, after you taught me this, my color changes were so much cleaner. Oh, good to, oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I really am. I don't know where I learned this. I feel like this, I learned this years ago. One thing that would have been really helpful for me is if I would have had TikTok or YouTube or anything like that back when I was learning to crochet. So when I was first learning to crochet, there was no internet. So however old that makes me, there was no internet yet. Now I am Zennial, I guess is what they call me. So Gen Z / millennial, just based on my birth year. So I did get the benefit of going to school and having internet at school in my high school years. But YouTube, I actually remember when YouTube came out. I remember watching the Numa Numa kid who sang that song, and then that actually became one of my favorite songs. So I remember that. I remember, gosh, so many early YouTube things are crazy. Hey Ruth, you said what stitches that you're doing? I'm just doing a half double crochet. I'm working on a tapestry, and I choose to do on tapestries, I choose to do half double because I think for me, for my tension, my yarn size, and my hook size, it makes the most uniformly square. A lot of people I know like to do single crochet for their tapestry. My single crochet are kind of short and wide, so I do half double, and that's what I'll be doing when I do this pattern live. This is the pattern that I created that's free. Oh, Nick says I didn't finish my chat. Hey, it's good to see you, Nick. So this pattern is for free. It's in my bio in TikTok. It's in my posts in YouTube. May 1st, Friday, May 1st, you guys. It's like a week and a half away. I'm going to start working on this pattern live. And then for those of you who join in late or need extra time, head over to my YouTube. It's the same username on TikTok and YouTube. So Crochet by Humblebee. Go find me over there and subscribe to me over there too. And I'll be your double best friend. So Erin says, can't wait to see some work with that pattern. Me too. This one should work up pretty quick too, because it's only 80 stitches wide. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys noticed this. I just turned my work, so now the right side is facing me. The wrong side, they call it the wrong side, is the one with all the yarn strings. The right side is the pretty side. So I just turned my work, and because I did that, all of my baskets and all my yarn just kind of crisscrossed over each other. So as soon as I turn, first thing I do is I grab the basket that used to be at my far left and I move it over to the far right. Then I grab the next basket, move it. Finally, I grab the last basket and move it. And by doing it that way, it actually keeps the yarn. So these yarns are crisscrossed over each other in a certain pattern, and as long as you move your baskets in the order that I showed you, it should keep things from getting too horribly tangled. I already know for a fact at least one of the times that I'm going to be working on the live, I already know I'm going to drop it. Something's going to happen and I'm going to end up dropping all my yarn. I've done it before. We're working on them in real life and it sucks. So Erin says you have a picture of what you're working on now. Yes. So I'm working on this pattern here. This is a custom blanket I'm making for a little boy. I bet you can't guess his name. I'm going to keep his name private. Just kidding. So this is actually for my grandson, David. And Yoshi is his favorite character from Mario, or I think it's his favorite character everywhere. So and I'm working right now in his shoes. So pattern is working from bottom up, and I'm just now in this shoe area. So I've got a lot of black and orange stitch changes. So this is what I'm working on now, this little Yoshi guy. I also made 2 other custom patterns for my other 2 grandsons. My one grandson loves, what's it called? Minecraft. And so I've designed a Warden pattern for him with his name on it. And my other grandson loves My Singing Monsters, and he loves Wubbox, I think. I think it's a Wubbox. So I made a Wubbox pattern for him. Oh, Nick said David almost saw it. So Nick in TikTok, if anyone sees Nick there, that's my son. That's this little guy's dad. And he said he almost saw it. I bet he would have loved it though. Writing is fun says, my humor jives very well. Thank you so much. I make jokes all the time, almost to a fault. Actually, it is to a fault. There's times where I should not be joking around. And not everybody gets it. I love me some dry humor. Dark humor is fun too. It's not as fun for public, but dry humor is one of my favorites. So based on that, some of my favorite very popular sitcoms that everybody has seen would be things like Arrested Development. Oh my gosh, I love that show. I love that show because every time I watch it, there's like 4,000 jokes that I realize that I didn't get before, and I've seen that show a million times. Oops. I'm working on with my green yarn here, and I forgot I got to move it into its own little basket. Again, just a little trick for people. Don't leave your working yarn. If you use the basket system like I'm using, don't leave your working yarn in with the other balls of yarn. Get him out by himself. Otherwise, it's going to grab onto other yarn and unwind it. So, all right. Well, we're working on row 33. So this is only 33 rows high. This should give you an idea on the tapestry that we're gonna do live is gonna be 110 rows high. So this is almost a third. And of course you have no frame of reference. Here's a sheet of paper. Here's a sheet of paper, which is what, 11 inches long. So my 33 rows is roughly a foot long. I will have 110 rows. Again, I'm using a worsted weight yarn, so just standard acrylic, nothing fancy. Worsted weight yarn, 4.25 millimeter hook, so a little bit smaller than most people. If you work with something bigger, like a 5 or a 5.5 or 6, your work will end up bigger than mine. And then I'm also doing half double crochet. So. All right, Mr. Double says, love some dry humor. Good, I'm glad you like it too, because that is what I have. All right, let me think of getting my new, oh, you know what, I've got too many, see, I've got these balls of yarn, and I just have too few in each basket. I try to work with as few baskets as possible, but I also talk a lot, so I can't ever remember what I'm doing. All right, white 8. So if we were doing this one live, if it were the pattern we're all doing together, that's what I would be saying. I would say, okay, we're gonna do 8 white. And then I would sit here and count out 8 white. And then feel bad for anybody who's crocheting more slowly than me. So sorry about that if that's a thing, and you'll probably have time to catch up anyways, but you guys will also have the written pattern, so you're not stuck just waiting. Mr. Double says worsted. Okay, so worsted weight yarn is just, it's called medium weight. So it's like the regular yarn. If you go anywhere and buy just a standard plain skein of yarn, it's gonna be a weight 4. Let me see if I have an example here. So like you've seen these, I'm sure. There are much smaller skeins with thinner yarn. So the thinner the yarn, the smaller the number. So a size 1 yarn would be very small. A size 3 is going to be finer than this. And I think people make clothing and stuff with those finer weight yarns. Writing is fun says, worsted should be used in fantasy novels as a word meaning the duality of evil. Yes. Use that in a sentence though, so I make sure I understand. And then I need to know which language this is derived from. But yes, use that version of worsted. I always think of like, oh my gosh, I got worsted in that game. Like, you know, 'cause some people say, oh, I got bested. So I always think worsted is funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this is the 8th stitch. I also don't know why they call it worsted weight yarn. And that's all I've ever known. And this is really all I've ever crocheted with. I've crocheted with lighter weight yarns. I don't love them. They irritate me. And also, the smaller the yarn, the longer it takes to crochet stuff. And I already do stuff that takes such a long time anyways. Excuse me. Just about choked on my own spit there. All right, 4 black. Okay, so I'm working on the front side of my yarn, the right side. When I do color changes, just a reminder guys, I will be keeping the yarn behind my work. So as I pick up my next color right here to work on, I'm keeping the old color behind, pick up the new color. So when you're working on the front side of the blanket or the right side of the blanket or pattern, whatever you're making out of tapestry, you're always going to keep your yarn in back of you, which is pretty normal anyways. When we're working on the wrong side, where we've got all the strings and stuff facing us, that's where you got to be really careful to actually carry the yarn in front of your work, in front of you, to keep it in the back of your work. Hopefully that made sense. Okay, so writing is fun says, Bethany was a worsted villain. Her good deeds hid her wrongs. Okay, yes, that does make sense. You're worried you're using your own word incorrectly. No, I think that's the way I would have imagined it too. So black 4, 1, 2, 3. This is my 4th. Desert Glaze 2. Before I switch, I gotta find, oh gosh, I hate working with black yarn. It has got to be the worst. No pun intended. This is the worsted. Please tell me I have to do several, just 2? All right, so here's where I get to make a decision. I need this yarn to be over here by this black string. I'm 3 stitches away, but I only have to do 2 stitches of orange. So if I bring this over, is it going to end up with a huge carry? No, I don't think it will, as long as I crochet over it. That's really the toughest part for me of tapestry crochet, is keeping it clean if that's your intention. If it's not your intention, don't even worry about it. But for me, a lot of times I'm trying to think forward to where is my yarn going to show up. This blanket here is going to be a blanket, so I want it to be nice and pretty on both sides. All right, so we got black 4, orange 2, black 11. There's going to be a part in our thing that we start in May, you guys, where there's going to be a lot of color changes. Right through here is going to be fun. So everybody, on these days, nobody be drinking, don't be doing anything crazy. Just come here focused, and then don't distract me either, because these are going to be gnarly. We'll figure it out though. We'll make it. I have faith in us. All right, let's go into black 11, pick up my black, which is way over here because now I'm crocheting on top of some other orange. Again, I'm bringing the black way over here to work on, but because I'm going to be crocheting right over it, I'm just going to crochet over the black yarn that I'm carrying. Black is really hard to see, guys, so this is kind of hard to show. Sorry if it's confusing, but pick it up. There we go. Finish my stitch. I finished out my stitch. Now I'm going to just give everything a little tug to loosen because I did stretch my yarn across. And then now look what happened to my last, look what a mess that made my last orange stitch. So then I'm going to grab the back of my orange stitch, the last stitch that I did, and I'm just going to pull to tighten that. I'm going to be very careful though, not to tighten it so much that I lose my little V up here. Oh, let's see if I can show. The little V's on the top of your stitch, when you're joining your yarn, it is really easy to over tighten and basically get rid of a stitch. I mean, if you pull it too tight, you can't see it anymore. So anytime my count is off when I'm working on a tapestry, if I get to the end of my row, and my count seems off, I'm off a stitch, and it's usually I've got 1 less stitch than I need. And almost 100% of the time I go back and I found that somewhere I joined a color and just pulled it too tight. So let's see, we gotta have 11 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you, Gigi. Gigi, I asked you earlier if you were driving and crocheting as a joke, but are you home now? I know you said earlier that sometimes you're driving when we get started. I don't want you texting while you're driving. Everybody be safe. Everybody be safe. Double says, Mr. Double, oh wait, writing is fun said Mr. Double suggested we change the tapestry design. What did I miss? What did I miss? I'm just reading through this. All right, Double, you tell me what I missed here. You would have your yarn in a hot mess. This yarn is crazy. Gigi watched my live for 100 minutes. Thank you, Gigi, and I love you back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I keep finishing off my last stitch. If I were just doing this quietly, I would not be struggling nearly as much. So this is my challenge, crocheting and talking at the same time. So far, I'm not doing very well. Oh my gosh, now I got another desert glaze to bring all the way over here. 7 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, I wouldn't be able to hide a carry that far. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one off. Rather than make a new ball of yarn and start it, I know I'm getting rid of one of these. Again, let me show you. In the pattern, I'm working in his shoes. And I'm right here in this very, very beginning part So I see I've got like large chunks where the black goes way far over and then I pick up the orange again. It's gonna be like that for a couple of rows before I'll just be able to have like an orange ball, a black ball, an orange ball, a black ball, and then a white one. So that's where I'm at with this. And so I know that this orange ball of yarn that I just cut off is safe to cut off because I won't pick it up where it was before anyways. Okay, I've got, once again, I didn't do what I said to do. Should listen to my own self. I don't know why I said listen to my own self. I don't actually talk like that. I should listen to myself. Oh, reaction squares. Okay, yes, I get that. It is nearly a type of yarn. Tiny bunny. Thank you guys. Thank you, Gigi, and thank you, Erin. I appreciate it. All right, grab my orange, put it in its own basket, leaving at least a 7-inch, this might even be closer to 8 inches, but leaving at least a 7 or 8 inch length as I join because I'm going to be weaving these ends in later. If you're not weaving in your ends, if you're just gonna let it hang the way it is when it's done, or maybe you're going to, I'm talking about the one that we're gonna be doing live, the snake plant. You don't have to weave in your ends. You can let them hang in the back. You can, I've seen a lot of people do the thing that I did, which is grab a fleece, a piece of fleece or a fleece blanket. I think I just went too far. And just sew it on the back so you're basically hiding all these things. Or you can just carry them across, whatever works. Oh, I was supposed to do 7, sweet. But my first stitch is kind of loose. I don't like the way that looks. The top loop of that stitch was kind of ugly. Okay, so I just joined this new color, or this new ball of yarn. I'm going to do a couple of stitches to secure. This one only requires 7, so let me go ahead and just do those up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is my 7th. I'll finish it out so I don't lose it. All right, then I'm going to go back after I've secured my yarn by working a couple stitch. Hey, Karen, thank you for sharing my live. I appreciate it. Now I'm going to go back and grab the yarn that I just added, and I'm going to grab the other string. You know, this one's actually connected. This is a working yarn. Anytime you're adding a new ball of yarn, there will always be, or should always be, another string to tie it to, because it'll be the color that you just put down, that you just finished working. So when you tie them, don't pull too tight at the beginning. Just make sure you keep the tops of your stitches. All right, I'm done with that orange, so he goes in the other basket. And let's go in and pick up black. Where are you, black? I've got a black here somewhere. There you are. I like when I've got one, a yarn that's a couple of stitches over, but it's okay to stretch it over because I get to just crochet over top of it. So we're doing 7 black. All right, joined them in, tugged on my string so I'm not tightening everything too much. 1, 2, oops, oh, okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, Double says the reaction squares are different. Writing is fun says 13 minutes. What made you do the lives? 13 minutes. 13 minutes. Tell me what 13 minutes is, and if it's something I just said I did for 13 minutes and I already forgot it, I'm sorry. So help me understand, and then I assume you're asking me what made me start going live. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And honestly, it's just something my husband encouraged me to do. I didn't think anyone would come watch. I was pretty surprised, and then now designing the tapestry stuff. Again, free pattern, everybody, free pattern, but just designing this and showing people how to do tapestry. I've actually had a couple people, oh my gosh, oh, you were giving me my warning. You are my clock. Thank you so much. Actually, that is super helpful. 13-minute countdown until we're done, now 11. And yes, doing the lives was just something to also boost engagement and meet people. I have not watched a lot of other creators go live before. Oh, I have an extra black here. Look at this. Before I finish my sentence, I've got a black that's like hooked in way over here. Oh, you know what happened? It ended up not needing to get used because I had another black. Okay, cool. So I've got a black here that I can disconnect. I did it to boost some engagement, but also because I've not watched a bunch of lives before. My husband has, and he encouraged me to go live because he's like, people, and I was like, nobody watches people live, and he's like, yes, they do. And it was just something different and kind of out of my comfort zone. And I honestly like to challenge myself from time to time. I don't like being uncomfortable all the time. I'm definitely not trying to give that impression. But sometimes I will do things that make me uncomfortable because I'm trying to retrain my neural pathways. So every time you do something difficult that you don't want to do, you can train your brain that it's okay to do those hard things, and they get easier and easier. So it's a little brain hack. And now I'm lost. Okay, there's my Desert Glaze 7, Black 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Desert Glaze 9. Oh, I've got to do 9 more orange, and then finally I'm at the end. This row had a lot of the same color changes over and over. 2, 3. Writing is fun, says socialize with internet strangers, do it. So that's the way you put it is exactly the blunt way that I would put it. Some people are like, oh, I'm gonna hang out and meet my community. And I'm like, talk to strangers, but it's good. Erin, thank you so much. You guys, thank you so much for the gifts. Talk to strangers. Talk to strangers is good for us too. If we just sit in our own little bubble and we never go out and meet other people or chat with people that have different opinions or ideas than us, then we just sit around being the same people we always have been forever. And people are interesting. And I don't want to give you the impression either that I'm this awesome outgoing person, because I'm actually a massive introvert. But people are, at the end of the day, very, very cool. And the more people I meet and the more I get out and learn more about what people do or how they think, or even something like crochet, just being on YouTube and TikTok the last few years and seeing how many different styles of crochet there are and how crochet has changed over the years. Erin, thank you for sharing my live. Watching how all that stuff has changed over the years is definitely, I don't know, it's made me realize that I don't know everything, and I really thought I did, you guys. I thought I was really smart for a while there. Come to find out, the older I get, the more I realize I don't know anything, man. There's just so much stuff out there to learn. So, including tapestry crochet. This was new to me up until 6 months ago. Now, the good thing with tapestry crochet is that it's totally within my skill set, so I had zero problems picking it up. But I also think that people should know that if you can do a half double crochet or a single crochet stitch, and if you can change colors, you can make really, really cool stuff. So I think it's good for people to see, stretch their limits. Writing is Fun says this community is pretty awesome. Thanks for agreeing to this. So I gotta tell you, you're probably one of my favorite people now on YouTube. I'm not even joking. I actually, every time I log in, I'm like, oh, I hope I have a comment. So thank you for interacting with me and being so supportive and so sweet. I really appreciate that. It's been very cool to get to know you. All right, so now I'm finally working on 128 white stitches. This whole time I've been in here doing like 1.5 rows. We'll have to see when we start doing these other ones live. We'll have to see if, 45 minutes is the right number of minutes. I don't know. Maybe we got to do it longer. Maybe I don't know. We'll see how that works. So you guys bear with me while that is a work in progress. Gigi says, looking forward to starting my first tapestry project. I am actually looking forward to being there with you too, Gigi. And I hope that you do videos. Is your TikTok private? Are you private? I don't think you're private, are you? Karen says, I'm glad I found you the other day. Oh my gosh, I am so glad you found me too. And Karen, I think you said this would be your first tapestry as well. So you guys just, if I'm doing something, when I'm doing these now, if you see me doing something, you're not sure why I'm doing it, let me know. I am trying to explain everything clearly as I go, as much as I can, over-explain. And then I do know that people come in and out of these lives, so I will explain myself multiple times. Writing is fun. Why can't I do a solid color tapestry? That would work, yes. Anyways, I'm glad it could be someone's silver lining of the hour. You absolutely are. You absolutely are. And a single color tapestry would be very, very simple. You should sell patterns for that. You could be like, this one here is called Summer Sky with no clouds. Gigi says it really helps with repetition. Okay, good. That's good to hear, because that is what you're going to get from me, is a bunch of explaining over and over. When we are working on the plant pattern together, I will probably explain things a few times at the beginning, but for people coming in, you know, who join in midway through, they'll have to catch up anyways by going over to YouTube. So if this is your first time doing a tapestry, and if you're worried you're going to get behind it all, and you are on TikTok, also head over to my YouTube and subscribe there. Same username, Crochet by Humblebee. And over there is my good pal Writing is Fun. And then you can see all their comments. And their little poems and jokes and all sorts of stuff. Wasn't it you that said something about nothing tastes better than fresh roasted baby or something? Actually, that cracked me up so hard, because that's a joke that I would totally make. So, but head over to my YouTube. If you're on TikTok, you can subscribe to me there. YouTube saves all of my videos, posts them after a few hours, and then you can go through and catch up or re-listen to anything that you might have missed. And then from there, if there's still stuff you're struggling with, because you guys, I'm not a pattern writer, this isn't my shtick. So if you've, something I'm missing, let me know, because the next one of these that I do, I'd like it to be super organized. Hi, Tashina. Oh, Tashina says, hi, I'm on round 56 of Floral Fantasia, and it's going to take a while. Yes, those first 50 rounds are deceitfully quick. I'm working on my giveaway blanket right now, which is a Floral Fantasia. And in real life, I just am working on round 40 right now. I think I today posted round 25, but I'm in real life on round 40. And right now they're taking about 20 to 25 minutes a round. But I'm working another Floral Fantasia, and I think I just started round 80 there. And up in there, those things can take an hour plus. So absolutely. Gigi says that will help being able to rewind. Yes, that's why we want to do this on both YouTube and TikTok. I have more followers on TikTok, but I love that YouTube lets me keep legacy videos of my lives. It's crazy that TikTok doesn't. Writing is Fun said, blue yarn, chain 415, slip stitch in the next. Could you even imagine doing a slip stitch only blanket? I saw somebody did one once, and they were new, and they're like, this is the only stitch I know. And that poor person. But I also know that person, if they stick with it, they're going to create amazing things, because how could you not? If you've got the patience to do a full-size blanket and slip stitch, that's insane. I like half double crochet, probably because I don't have to think. I've done a bajillion of these stitches. Don't have to think about them anymore. All right, I'm on my last thing, Jelly Bean 10. Pick him up. Oh, I'm going to finish out a row at the end of a live. This has never happened before. Oh, that's another thing, you guys. When I do the live where we're giving over this. Oh, there you are, Karen. Karen's over on YouTube now. Hey, Karen. So when I do this, this one live here, I won't end in the middle of a round. So in the middle of a row. So if I'm partway through a row when standard time is up, then I'll finish it out. And then it could be, you know, it could end up being a thing, guys, where it's like, all right, we're going to do 3 rows today or whatever. We'll see what works out. It's hard for me to know. I was going to start these lives doing the giveaway blanket to start, and it was so complicated. After 3 days of me having to fully redo what I had done during the live, I was like, I'm not doing this blanket twice. So switched over to something else. So far, tapestry seems to work really well. So I just finished out this row. Writing is Fun says YouTube is much less stressful than TikTok in my experience. You know, I agree on some things. I actually do. So TikTok is always kind of my go-to thing, and I think it's because it's where I've got the most followers, and because when I first started watching anything in short form, I don't think YouTube had shorts back then. So I just kind of got hooked on TikTok. I was also there to kind of watch what my kids were doing because Musical.ly had just turned into TikTok, and I know they were on it all the time. Oh, and then we had Vine. They were watching Vines and stuff. Anyways, I accidentally got hooked. That's all I have to say about that. It was not on purpose, but it has been amazing. I've met so many cool people, and I learned how to do patterns like Floral Fantasia. I learned that there was something called tapestry crochet. If it weren't for short form media like this, I would be nowhere because my attention span just wouldn't be able to hang out. I don't do well with super long videos. So, all right, kids, it is 7:15 here in sunny Colorado. I am headed out for the night. Thank you guys so much for coming by and watching and chatting. Like, the chatting is huge too. I will try to be better about watching the chats. I'm just now starting to get more communication in here too. I'll try to be better, but remember, May 1st, Friday, May 1st, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time. You can work on this free pattern with me. The pattern is in my posts in YouTube. You can go download it there. It's in my bio in TikTok. You can download it there. I'll be here to answer questions and show you anything. Oh, writing is fun. I've been on it maybe 20 minutes total. Just a comment on your live. So many bright flashing lights. That's amazing. I like that. And yes, I guess I would say when I go to TikTok, it does not seem as animated. So Karen, thank you for coming by. Bye Gigi, you guys, and writing is fun. I will talk to you guys if you're here tomorrow. Writing, I think you're gone tomorrow. Anybody who's here tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll be working more on this guy, and then just about a week and a half, and we'll be working on this guy.